Well, what happened briefly was that Mr. Manson was asked what he wished to do, and he indicated that he wished to retain some voice in his own representation, and that he had also made arrangements for myself and Mr. Steinberg to act as his attorneys. The judge ruled that the matter would be put over until December the 22nd to decide whether or not Mr. Manson is capable of understanding the law and representing himself. Our position is and will be that even if he is capable of representing himself, he has the right to additional counsel, as Jack Kirschke did, as any person would have.
Good shot, Fred. It's over.
Yeah. Nice, terrible. Face him this way when you breathe in. Breathe in. Face him this way when you open the door.
Just one more time. Thank you,
You did it. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. McKissack,
Tell us what took place in there today. Happened. I learned of it, yes.
Would you have gone in with him today this way if you'd have known he would have made these statements, wanting to be his own counsel?
Absolutely, because he did not say that he wished to be his own counsel and did not wish to retain us. He said that he wished a joint representation, and my feeling was that the proper way to dispose of it was to put over until the 22nd or some suitable date whether he himself is competent to act as his own counsel. But that does not mean that we should put in abeyance the question of whether he has effective counsel. He is without counsel now. He is without counsel, without a conflict. We cannot investigate the case. We cannot fight the question of venue. There are many things in leads we cannot run down until the 22nd.
do you feel this case can be tried in Los Angeles?
I do not think under any state of affairs that the case could be tried in Los Angeles with the saturation that it has received, particularly with the Atkins story last Sunday.
Well, where's right? Any place in the United States where you could try the case?
May I make a comment on that? I think that there is a very serious problem in finding a place where the case can be fairly and properly tried at this time.
Where are you going to find a place where someone hasn't read, heard, or seen about Charles Manson?
That is an excellent rhetorical question and perhaps answers itself.
Mr. Steinberg, you've talked about the law a great deal with Mr. Manson. Do you feel he's... well, let's wait till
I didn't hear that question.
No, I asked, do you feel that Manson is capable of defending himself?
I think he's capable of making a substantial contribution to a defense team, but I think that he certainly needs the assistance of others as co-counsel.
When you first saw him that he wanted to defend himself, did he discuss that with you?
Briefly, yes.
Well, Mr. Steinberg, you spent a great deal of time talking with him. Do you feel that he is capable to defend himself?
Well, in a case of this kind, I don't think any one lawyer really should undertake the defense of the case. But I think that there are, as Mr. Mckissack has said, many areas in which he could make a contribution and in which he desires to, and we believe has an absolute right to do so.
If you decide or are assigned to defend this man, what will your defense be?
Well, that's a matter for the team to discuss and work out, and I'd sooner not get into that at this time. But it's obvious that, as Mr. Mckissack has said, there are an awful lot of things that need to be done.
Do you feel that he is subject to any mental aberrations of any kind?
I'd sooner not discuss that at this time.
Everybody has said up to now that this is going to be a very complicated case, so what qualifies Charles Manson to handle his own defense in such a complicated case?
Well, it may be that nothing qualifies him to be the sole commander, shall we say, in the case. However, there are facets of it where he believes, and perhaps he is correct, that he can make material contributions. I certainly feel that he should have other legal assistance, and I'm sure that he will have.
Luke, one of the things that's been said about your client is that he wanted to start a race war between the blacks and the whites. And since you're one of the attorneys for the Black Panthers, what's your comment on that?
He has said absolutely nothing to me along racial lines. As a matter of fact, when I first visited him, I indicated that I had several other cases that had been blown up in the press, and that one of them was the Black Panther case. And this was put out in front so that he could express any disagreements that he would have to me managing the case. He registered none of the sentiments that I have heard reported in the press, and when asked about him, indicated that he didn't feel that way at all.
He is a lay person, and I think there's no question that there are many complicated legal aspects of this case that couldn't be handled by a lay person. But I think he is a person of intelligence. I think he does have the right to contribute to his own defense if he wishes to, and I think it is quite possible that he could make a substantial contribution to that defense.
Of course, as I read it, what he wanted to do was to head the defense team. Did I understand that correctly?
Well, I think his words have to stand on their own. He said that he wanted to be his own counsel, but he wished assistance from others. Now, this question of follower and leader is only a game. When one defends a lawsuit, there are functions for each member of the team to fulfill, and they fulfill them. And the question of leadership doesn't enter into seriously.
When we met earlier, before the court went into session, I had the feeling that you folks were not really certain whether or not Manson would accept you as a defense team. Is that based on this knowledge that perhaps he wished to defend himself?
Well, I don't know whether I'd like to comment on that, but there was, as Mr. Mckissack has said, a thought on Mr. Manson's part that he wanted to contribute to his own defense.
He wished to defend himself with the attorneys in association. That seemed to be his intent, as I saw it. Did he indicate that to you? That was his primary intent when you discussed it with him in his jail cell?
Well, I don't want to get into matters which I think are really covered by the attorney-client privilege, but I think he spoke for himself with some clarity in the court.
Why is